business promotion as together we explore all the challenges, the setbacks, the setups, the comebacks, stories, the history, the startups, the breakthroughs, the financing, the sweat, the toil, the sleepless nights, the heartbreaks, the triumphs, the business plan, the overall success in pursuing your small business dream come true in the Commonwealth of Dominica. Join veteran broadcaster Franklyn Peter Moses and Mr. Donald Bocasio, highly skilled, qualified, sought after business and entrepreneurial manager, small business development expert, and strategic business coach. Together, we're taking you and your small business to the pinnacle of success in the Dominican economic landscape. So don't miss Niche Island Small Business Buzz every Tuesdays and Thursdays right here on Q95 Radio, the big station.
Her man a little Brooks, but she telling you she want a BBL. But most importantly, you cannot say bottom on the radio. So NDFD is giving best business loans up to $20,000, and here's how you can get yours. You working a 9 to 5? Yes, sweet. You can get up to $10,000. True, now boy. Your business must be registered. You have to be employed for 18 months. Salary deduction only. No guarantor required. You're getting a free add-on DNO for 1 month. 100 free business cards. No, but really and truly, what again you want? So what about the 20,000? It's the same thing, except you must provide business records. And that's for people who are self-employed. Call them or WhatsApp them 275-6859. Go and get your BBL. You deserve it.
Pleasant good afternoon. Welcome to our Tuesday edition, the day after the holiday edition of our Nature Island Small Business Buzz right here on the platform provided there by the big station Q95 Radio, alongside our business partner, the indomitable National Development Foundation of Dominica, represented by small business expert and very intuitive and alert friend, buddy, and co-host, Mr. Donald Bocasio. Good afternoon to you, Donnie.
Good afternoon to you, Franklyn, and good afternoon to everybody.
Listening?
Yes, a
Or
warm
viewing?
or
Yes.
listening. A warm welcome to our amazing guests, first and foremost here in the studio, which we will reveal a little later. And of course, big love to all our listeners first on Q95, right? And those tuned in online, all right? On Facebook, YouTube, what again?
Facebook, YouTube, the frequency of, we have a frequency of 93.1.
Yes.
And the continuing broadcast platforms across the region, across Dominica. Well, once we go international, Facebook, we're international. Yeah, we're local, but we're going global.
Definitely. So, whether you're winding down your shift behind the counter, getting your bar prepped for the evening crowd, heading home in a bus or in your own vehicle, or just waiting for your turn at the clinic, we appreciate you. This show is for all our hardworking small business owners. The shopkeepers, the bar owners, the bus drivers, the service providers, the fisher folks, the farmers, and all other small business owners, and all of you keeping the nature aisle moving towards the right direction. So once again, this is still your Nature Aisle Small Business Buzz, where we highlight the real hustle and heart behind Dominica's business scene. So today, Franklyn, we are once again diving into the world of tourism with a spotlight on the restaurant and bar industry.
Industry, yeah.
Yep. Where food meets hospitality and local vibes meet global standards. So if I were you, you'll stick around. You're about to hear what it really takes to serve with style, lead with purpose, and succeed with heart. Franklin?
Absolutely. And we will tell you about our surprise guest. It's a very, very tasty, formidable, and delicious guest. If I should say that, that's just to keep your mouth watering.
Yes, yes, yes.
And talking about having the mouth watering
Mhm.
program this afternoon, last week we started to open your appetite. And we had with us Katai, the co-owners, the co-entrepreneurs, and they were guests last week. We have a
Mhm.
special for you.
Mhm.
We're going to increase your appetite
Mhm.
by asking you to partake of our daily radio, our bi-weekly radio menu,
Mhm.
reminding you to remember something that they said last week regarding the business of Katai. Whatever it is that they said, we will verify what they said once you remember it accurately
Mhm.
or close thereof. Then you get yourself and tell them, Donald, what they're going to get.
Well, if they get it correctly, they'll get a dinner from, of course, the owners of Katai Restaurant.
Yeah.
So-
of the choice, I presume? Or, yes.
Definitely.
Okay, absolutely.
So, but we can only give one. So
One, yes.
it must be whoever
Whether it's your
comes
call,
first.
yes.
So they have to, the first person who can say anything that they said
Mhm.
in the last program. And by the way, Keith and AJ,
Mhm.
they're listening right now. They're
Yes.
tuned in right now, so they will be able to verify.
Yes.
So how can they do it? So for our listeners, what can they do?
The telephone number is over here, right here. It's 449-3095, 3096, And in case you're calling from overseas, it's 1-305-432-9624. Our
Now-
WhatsApp number, of course, is 235-1395.
And for those, of course, for those who are tuned in online, they can leave a comment, right?
Mhm,
And then,
yes.
of course, our owners, our Katai owners, will verify. So whoever does it first will
Mhm.
get the prize.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
thank you very much for that. Wonderful promotion given to us by the owners.
Mhm.
Just, of course, for our loyal listeners.
Yes,
All right.
yes,
and
yes.
and viewers. All right. So
Mhm.
once again, big up, of course, to Keith Bellot and
Kifo.
Iquali.
I call
Iquali.
I call Kifo.
Joseph.
I call Kifo.
Or
and
AJ,
I
in
call
short.
I call Lo. The two beautiful people.
Oh,
Very,
yes,
very, very,
yes,
very
yes,
talented,
yes.
gifted, and they have this connection. So
Mhm.
I call them the power duo, power couple.
Mhm.
And then indeed they empower each other, encourage each other, and by what we've received and what we've heard and what we felt last week, we know that they're building an empire. Congratulations to you two. Very, very
Definitely.
impressed and moved.
Mhm.
Okay, so in a short while from now, we want to apologize. We had a brief short start because we were trying to put stiff stuff together, and always there's some technical setback. But we are on the move right now. We
We are
thank
here.
you very much for listening and tuning in, and tell our friends, your other friends, that the platform is ready. And we thank you for your ears. And this afternoon, we promise you that we'll be satisfying your ears. We have our guests here with us. They're waiting patiently. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back in about, let's say, 60 to 90 seconds. Thank you for listening.
Your side woman a little brooks. Her man a little brooks. But she telling you she want a BBL. But most importantly, you cannot say bottom on the radio. So NDFD is giving best business loans up to $20,000, and here's how you can get yours. You working a 9 to 5? Yes, sweet. You can get up to $10,000. True now, boy. Your business must be registered. You have to be employed for 18 months. Salary deduction only. No guarantor required. You get enough free add-on DNO for 1 month. 100 free business cards. No, but really and truly, what again you want? So what about the 20,000? It's the same thing, except you must provide business records. And that's for people who are self-employed. Call them or WhatsApp them 275-6859. Go and get your BBL. You deserve it.
And so we welcome you back and thank you very much for staying with us as we continue with our Tuesday edition of the Nature Island Small Business Bus, where we seek to highlight, underscore, empower, elevate, and bring some spotlight on the business endeavors of entrepreneurs, and to measure their success as we help to elevate and catapult them into the spotlight right here. 1 hour free publicity about their goods and services and products, and for the audience and for you, the listening audience here. And we have with us, as always, the empowerment, the small engine, empowerment engine of growth, empowerment for the engine of growth, small business engine of growth in Dominica, the National Development Foundation representative, Mr. Don Bacasio. So we're going to take a very quick review of our last program, which was held on Thursday.
Yeah, well, we learn a lot of lessons, from the story of Keith and AJ, but I have taken note of a few of them. So first is number one lesson is growth often begins with courage and not comfort. Because remember, they didn't really have any experience in, for example, running a gas station, but when the opportunity was presented to
They
them,
couldn't turn it down.
yes. So that's number one.
Through collaborative agreement, yes.
Definitely. And number two lesson is transformation comes from bold vision and smart execution. All right. So remember when now at this time Katai restaurant was offered to them, not only they took it but they reinvented
Printed
it.
Yes,
Right. So
yes.
that's another lesson that our listeners can take away. Number three, partnership is strength when built on flexibility. So we see how strong a team they were in
Yes.
every step of the way. So having a strong partnership or a strong team
Team, yes.
is really advantageous.
Yeah.
Okay. And then real success, for lesson number four, real success includes lifting others along the way. So remember, they didn't just focus on building their own success. They, became sponsors and mentors to aspiring young entrepreneurs through the Green Innovation Summit of the NDFD. And finally, lesson number five, invest in experience, not just operations. So remember that they told us that they invested in high quality sound systems, even digital screens,
Yes.
and because of that, they were able to elevate the experience, in Katai. So it's not just about food, but of course, it became, all about the experience. So those are the
Yes.
five lessons that I'd like to share that I was able to kind of took note
Yes.
from the story that they
Yes.
shared with us.
Excellent. And we just want to recognize the collaboration that we have for the media platforms, and that includes Mr. Shan Sound System, and he's at Master Control, and also Ozone Media, who does our recording and ensure that we have we maintain our visual footprint in the media regarding this program, Nature Island Small Business Buzz. And okay, so we if you feel inspired at this point in time and you'd like to either call right on the heels of what Donald has said in terms of recapping what we spoke about last week, Thursday, our last program regarding Katai, you can call now or throughout the program, take the opportunity to go back put on your thinking caps and go back to this moment last week. You try to remember what they said, something they said significantly that impacted you, something to do with themselves, their businesses, whether it's a gas station, that's Ruby's gas station, which is the one adjacent to Harris Benz, or Katai in the corner of Old Street and Kennedy Avenue, which is quite opposite the previous City Mall, opposite HHV Church. Well, the previous City Mall is really adjacent, but it's also opposite depending on which angle you're looking at it, because it's actually in the corner of Old Street and Kennedy Avenue. And of course, it's right in this what they call the four junction hub of Whitchurch, Courts, Katai, and the Prevost Mall. Okay, so you will tell us and then someone is going to get a free dinner of your choice, and you can really feast on that. Okay, so we're getting ready for our guests, and they are here with us, and so I'll go over once again with somebody who's going to be minding their business and they express their business to us, which is my business, which is where we will highlight small business. So now it's your business to introduce their business. I don't know if you understand my business. Oh, that took a
I'm trying to understand, but
go ahead.
Right.
Mind their business.
so our guests today, they're actually also connected to our upcoming Green Innovation Summit.
Wonderful.
Yes. So they are actually our very first father and daughter mentoring duo.
You nice, nice,
Right.
nice, nice.
So we have here, of course, the founder and managing director, chairman, acting CEO of the Lom Business Heritage Group. Of course, Lom Business Heritage Group, or LBHG, is the owner and operator of High Rise Beach Bar and Ruben's Rack Cafe. So very, very popular spots, especially for tourists, right? And then we have the acting head of operations, who is his daughter. So they currently lead a proudly Dominican company known of, like I said, for iconic tourist spots, Ruins Rock Cafe, and then High Rise Beach Bar. All right. So without further ado, let us all welcome. First, let's welcome ladies first. So
Ladies
let's
first.
yeah,
Yes,
let,
okay. Yeah.
let's welcome, of
Yes.
course, Miss Timna Lom, or a lot of people call you TT, correct?
True, I would call it TL.
Yes,
I would call it
Timna or
TL.
TT.
Oh, TT. What the T for? The other.
Oh, by the way,
It's
she's
just a
she's
shortcut.
French, so you have to speak
Oh,
in French.
oh, je parle un petit peu, but as far as I go, yeah, I did a little Creole
Yeah, la, la, la.
français à l'école pour 5 ans.
No, she speaks.
Yeah, I know she
Yeah,
speaks. I
yeah.
love the French accent.
So give us a little French and a little English. I know you speak English fluently as well. So
Yeah, so TT is mostly like I'll say a nickname.
Okay, wonderful.
So it was mostly the family, my
Mhm.
dad and stuff, but I guess it's easier for the rest of whether it's the employees or whoever to call me TT.
Okay.
right,
Yeah.
but you're really Timna,
But my first name is Timna.
Timna
Okay.
Lom,
Yes.
Okay.
right?
Nice to have you.
Thank you for
Okay,
having me.
yeah.
Thank you.
And of course,
you go ahead.
the big man himself, the founder, chairman, Mr. Serge Lom.
Good afternoon to all Q95 listeners. And yes, I'm Serge Lom, or better known as Serge, or better known as Lom.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot rather Lom because in French it means the man.
Yeah.
So
yes.
I think I'll stand for Lom.
Lom,
Yes.
yes.
In English, I say, okay, we're speaking with the man.
The man, yes, definitely.
Exactement.
Okay, okay. That I
Yes,
understand
yes.
for sure.
Oh, okay, so now, fun fact for you: if
Yes.
Timna speaks French, Mr. Lom speaks 7 languages.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So
I know a few languages, but you caught me off guard there.
Let's tell them.
Yeah,
Mhm.
c'est vrai, espagnol, allemand, français,
Mhm.
anglais, okay, italien, non?
Créole
C'est vrai?
aussi.
Créole et seulement. C'est 6, 7, sign language. Okay, that's good. I didn't know. You see, I know you for a long time, and I
Yes,
didn't know
yes.
that.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Mhm.
no, let me start with the one on the ground. I am fascinated. For those of you who know, when you go towards the old market, first thing, 3 things that you see: some very colorful gorillas on the roadside,
Yes, yes.
and you want to touch them. I see people taking photographs with them. You move on the inside. And one of the fascinating things I found with the place, I don't know if you still have it because I haven't been there. When I passed because I'm always driving with somebody, is that you used to have some fresh breeze with some water. And that was for me. I should pass in. I must admit, I didn't buy much, but I enjoy your environment. So, what brought you to Dominica, and why did you go? Did you have a background in terms of hospitality, of restaurant, and serving people,
A background.
or did you just
Okay.
see the need in Dominica?
Yeah, it's kind of like. I think I should start by the beginning.
Yes, yes, I think
Yeah.
yes.
All right. So yes, my background is Dominican. My father is from Casibus.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mhm,
okay.
mhm.
My mother was that French lady. She brought with her some knowledge because she was like Indian from India
Mhm.
also. But also she brought that knowledge of spices and so on. So
Mm.
yeah, so we kind of like anything that is spices or anything like that, I learned from her.
Mhm.
And also why wow, yeah. We was taken away like 9 kids. I'm the last one. So
Wow.
we was all taken away from Dominica because my father and my mother had this misunderstanding occurring. That
Yes.
was, I guess, that was
Yeah.
a nice way to put it. And,
Yes.
and then she left Shanti to call her kids and brought them to Guadeloupe. And so, but since I was like 5 or 6 years old, I was brought over there. But thank God, all my bigger brothers and sisters, they would be Dominicans, always
Okay.
speaking English and so on. But she was a very funny lady because she was French, but she never uttered one French word to her children. Never.
Okay. Wow.
Only English until her death. Right? So therefore, I told her when I was 9 or 10 years old that, Mama, one day I'll go back home and I'll make people say good things about my country.
Good. Great.
So therefore, I came back. But she was the one that taught me all these things. So now let's talk about, how do we call it, hospitality. Hospitality, I did a little bit of it in San Martin while I was there. I learned with different restaurants and so on. Back then it was Café de Paris and so on. And
What did you do there? You were
I
part of
was
service
well.
or
I
part of management?
start as a boss boy.
Okay. Good.
Okay, so picking up dirty plates and
Mhm.
so on, and then I keep going. I was like more when I was a young boy, seeking not so much to learn about restaurants, but I was more after, was it possible to make money?
Yes. Yes.
Right?
Understood.
That's when you're younger.
Yes.
And then you know. And yes, I came back home and then I start with a spice shop in Ruins. That's like 20,
Remember that?
22 years ago.
I remember that.
Yeah, time flies.
That's when I used to visit your place a lot.
Right.
Yes.
So 22 years ago, I came back, and then I started with the spice shop at Ruins, and then I extend, and then I knew I was going to do something great with it because I had that vision. As I was in the spice shop sitting, I saw a great crowd of, and then I started saying in the spirit, but why all of them are white? Why is that? And then there was dancing and there was feasting, and that was in 2004. And today, the dream is complete.
Yes.
Because they all are white. You see that?
Yes. See, I see that. I
And you
see
see
that.
the dancing, right?
They're dancing. Yeah.
Okay, all
Yes. And-
So then that's how it goes.
Mhm.
Yeah. But I had that dream to make people say good things about this country.
When you provide the entertainment, I see we'll come to the entertainment part, but when you entertain them with the menu, how did you carve out the menu for them, or did they come to like your menu, the menu that
Well,
provided?
I cannot carve it out because, in fact, I wanted to really like shock them.
Okay.
If I shock them, they remember the
With
island
what? Things like what?
menu.
Okay.
So I was the first person that decided, okay, I'm just gonna put wild meat and as wild as possible. So I bring in kangaroo,
Ooh.
alligator, and
No kidding?
yeah,
In
and-
Dominica?
yeah,
People
I-
buy it? People buy it?
and they was so thrilled, right? So
Snake?
yes, I did
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot.
yeah.
By the way,
Which one?
yeah.
Which one you just mentioned?
What? Yeah, snake?
I just actually throwing out
Oh yeah, for true. Okay.
things there.
You're getting me excited now. You're getting me excited.
No, because he
So
said
then-
wild. So
Yeah,
that's the
so
first thing that came into
Well, I
mind.
went all the way, and then I started putting bugs in rum and all these crazy
Yes,
things.
yes.
And then the tourists, as I keep getting crazier, they keep being more attracted. So I keep getting crazier. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
And then now Ruins has this kind. Well, it's like a landmark for the tourists right now.
Yes.
I don't have to advertise; they do it themselves.
Mhm.
And when they
Ooh.
come down, they just do it themselves. Like this season was a great one because we had them overnighting for the first time,
Okay, yes, it's true.
and then Ruins stand the test,
Mhm.
Right.
and we passed with flying colors. I
Mhm.
mean, with our Dominican flag colors.
Yes, yes.
Mhm.
We
Mhm.
passed
Yes.
flying colors. Yeah,
Mhm.
it was wonderful, great. And I think next year, I hope 2 or 3 of them will decide, okay, we're gonna overnight because these people have something to offer.
Yes. Okay.
So what about high rise now?
Yeah, coming to that
Mhm.
one. Yes.
High Rise was a long story.
Yes. So
Which
start
is-
from the beginning. Start from the door. And
The
bring us
short,
up- bring
the
us
short
up.
version, the short
Yes.
version.
Well, High Rise, if I have to talk about High Rise, I would say
Mhm.
this is, as I keep improving and growing,
Mhm.
I keep realizing that those business has to follow a certain pattern. As I grow, they grow. As I grow, they grow.
Mhm, mhm.
So High Rise was well, everybody remember who was there before?
Not
no,
Cocorico,
upstairs.
beverage.
So it was Top Shutters.
Touch. Yeah.
Right.
That's it,
Mhm.
that's
And
it,
then they
that's
got burned, right?
it. Yes.
And then I remember I went to Mr. Garaway and I tell him, I want that place. And then he told me, oh, too bad. I give the keys to somebody. And so I said, okay, I'll wait. And then I waited.
How many,
And-
how many years? Months?
No, I
Months?
waited like maybe 6 months, 7
Okay.
months.
Okay.
Because the guy that was going to do it, he was with some lady, and then the lady got a cancer.
Mhm.
It went so fast that she died, and he didn't have the money. So he brought back the keys.
Mm.
And then Mr. Ganawi called me and tell me, "Are you still interested?" He brought back the keys. And then I did it. So the first time I opened,
Mhm.
I had to come up. Well, they told me, people was giving me different ideas about what to open and so on. So,
Mhm.
but I'm a very funny person. I listen to you,
Yeah.
but my mind is
Your
made up.
man is made up. You have your
Right? So
plan.
they tell me make a tea place and a this place and a that place. But I say no. What about upstairs? A beach bar
Mhm.
overlooking the ocean.
Mm-hmm.
So if they tell me where's the sea, I'll tell them it's right there.
Right.
Right, it's right there. But
Yeah.
here's the beach bar and upstairs. So I pushed that idea and then I
Mhm.
did it the first time in let me see, it was when I opened it was February 2016.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
February 2016, I opened High Rise for the first time.
Mhm.
And then something wonderful happened along the way.
Mhm.
That's why I say High Rise is a very special place after my heart. Something wonderful happened in September 2017,
Mm.
and it was Maria.
Maria, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Mhm.
wonderful. That helped me out because the way I wanted to design High Rise, there was a
Mm.
blockade.
Mm-hmm.
And then planning didn't want me to do it like that.
Mhm.
So I had to
Yeah.
convene
Good.
that, okay, it's okay like that. But Maria did something so wonderful.
This is a
Mhm.
blessing
She
in
took it
disguise.
away.
Yeah. So now you have to
So
restructure.
now I had all the time in the world. Well, all the time, as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Before everybody wake up.
Yeah.
And then I transform it exactly the way I wanted it. So now High Rise is, and then it reopened in February 2018.
Okay. Mhm.
So the advice I would give those that are in business,
Mhm.
any downfall, any shortcomings, anything like that, you don't make mistakes. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't make mistakes. You make experience.
Yeah.
That's all you make.
Say that
Right?
again. Say that again.
You don't make mistakes in life. You make experience.
Mhm.
Right?
And you learn from
Because certain
it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because High Rise, I could say, oh my God, watch this, watch that. And then everybody around was saying, oh, Dominica finished. And then I remember I was by that almond tree on the old market square.
Mm-hmm.
You know that almond tree?
Yes, I know
right
that.
there?
Mm-hmm.
5 days after Maria, this almond tree starts shooting little
Sense of
leaves.
hope.
Mhm.
And I look at it and I say to myself, but I thought they said Dominica finish.
Mm-hmm.
So that almond tree didn't get the memo.
He know it all. It doesn't
So
say
if
so.
it didn't get the memo, I didn't get it neither.
Yeah.
So I decided, let's build back that place. Let's do it as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And
Nice.
then, so High Rise is after my heart because I
Okay.
knew that that's one of the greatest challenges I had was High Rise. And then with flying colors, pass it again.
Mhm.
Let's bring in the lady.
Yes.
Yeah, because flying colors. And
You
she,
are-
She has beautiful colors.
You're reading my mind. man.
Yeah, I'm reading your mind. I can see inside your mind. Yeah. So then I'm going to ask you.
Although I'm
ask the
trying
question.
to, I'm trying to watch our monitor there. We're not seeing, you know.
Okay. No, we're not seeing yours yet.
Yeah, we
As
have-
Yet. We need.
But
We,
it's okay. You
Yes.
can hear me.
Okay.
You can hear.
no, but I think your presence.
Yes.
Your presence. Is,
I agree.
Your presence is heaven.
I'm sure our online viewers would like to
Oh,
see
yes.
to see you.
Yes. So
Uh-huh.
but,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to ask you to G down a little.
Yes.
So I G down a little myself. So okay, so
There
she
you
gonna
go.
come. That's better. Back in English, you're French, but I'm English, right? So that's much better, isn't it? Okay, so now you are responsible
That's it.
for that is part of your so your main function. A little French. What
Do
is
it, do it.
what is your main play important? What is it? Fonction à la travail.
Like he said,
Yes.
I am active head of operations. So
Nice.
I really make sure High Rise and Ruins operations kind of flow smoothly.
Okay.
So I can say like everything.
Yes.
After him,
Mm-hmm.
it's me.
Okay. So today you were open today.
Yes, so high rise is open
Yes.
every day.
Right.
We don't close.
Okay.
We
Mm.
open every day.
Tell me what you had to do today. Something that you had to do
Well,
managerially.
today
Something that
we had a meeting with our kitchen staff. Actually, kind of speak about the season and what we would like to do for the next season, and what are our plans during the slow season to improve for the next season. So
Nice.
basically, yeah.
Yeah, I want to ask about your menu. What is your menu like? Is it European, West Indian? Is this
For high rise.
for high rise?
So for high rise, how can I say? It's a menu that was created by my dad, actually. So
Okay.
it's not really,
Caribbean fusion.
yeah. It's not
Okay, it's a
really
Caribbean
50-50.
fusion. He said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you wish
Um,
that would you wish that, or you're able to taste some of those foods that they have up there?
Yeah, I would like you to tell us so that, in fact, you can tell us some of your menu so that the people listening at this point in time, their mouth is at the water. And that is the whole purpose of the program. So tell us what you advise in terms of your menu, like in the morning to the evening. What are the options that we have?
so
Well,
in
we have some.
Okay. Oh, hold on.
Your wish is their command.
My wish is that absolutely. That is not for those watching. Okay, those of you watching, watch and weep. Where we're gonna watch and taste. Okay, so we have a selection provided for us,
sample?
a sample selection provided for us, and we're gonna have. I'm going to make your mouth water as long as I'm able to see it. I'm going to tell you exactly, so I make your taste buds water. And it's opening after 3. So tell us, what is that succulent thing in the batter with the lemon slice?
So this is our, I'll say, famous fish fingers,
Mm-hmm.
and local fries. So
Okay.
the local fries, of course, is dasheen, banana pesé, breadfruit. They didn't put plantain, but usually we have plantain and sweet potato.
And sweet potato. And the how did you come up with the idea for making, because is it a popular the local? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's popular mostly for everyone, but also we're trying to make sure the tourist
So, yes.
knows about our local,
Yeah.
I'll say, fries.
Yeah. So do you have things like at the high rise? So you have things like steak and you
No,
offer that in your.
That would be
That's good.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
I just want to make sure.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so anybody wants a quick, like a Sunday snack, a quick evening lunch, evening dinner, and so on. That's here. Do you have burgers, sandwiches?
So
and things
yeah,
like
we
that?
have burgers.
Tell us the varieties that you have.
So we have beef burgers, we have crab burger, we have shark burger when we do have shark.
Do they
we have
bite? The
fish
burgers
burger.
bite? No, they bite with flavor. They bite
Yes,
with flavor.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
they do.
Yes,
they
yes.
do.
Yeah.
Biting flavor.
Biting flavor.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we just try to give them a different, I would say, aspect of
Variety.
the Caribbean.
Mhm.
And some of them never had shark burgers.
Mhm.
At Ruins now, yes, it's mostly very exotic
Mhm.
as well. But yeah, at night, so we do have a dinner. It's not only just finger foods. Same thing. So we'll have red fish, seafood, shrimp. When we do get lobster, so we have lobster. So yeah, all those great
So
stuff.
would you like to have a taste of that
Yeah,
one?
yeah.
Mhm.
But you shouldn't ask the Pope if he's Catholic. You're asking me if I want to taste. You're asking the Pope if he's Catholic. Of course, I'd like to. So
Yeah.
I'm going to. For those of you on radio, okay. So my hands are clean and washed. So I'm dipping in,
Mhm.
and so if you hear me say, okay. When I say, it's good. If I don't say, it's very good.
So you have to dip it in the sauce.
Oh, okay, but okay, I dip it in the sauce. Okay, and I go in one.
You almost did it incorrectly.
Okay.
Mhm.
What sauce is this?
Or local tatas. Local tatas.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You're not gonna share with me.
Oh, okay. Well,
After all,
I mean,
and we pass it around to the rest of our staff right here.
Oh.
Okay, this
so
is
what
one.
can you say?
I'm saying
Mhm.
that the fish fingers, the batter. What kind of batter you have? Because it's very gentle on my gums. So put it closer to you.
So it's also like an in-house batter that
Yeah.
was created by Mr.
It's
Tito.
very soft
Yes.
and gentle on the
Yeah.
gums and
The
melts
creator
Yeah.
himself,
himself.
Exactly.
Yes.
the
Yeah.
innovator.
Mm-hmm. So we pass it around, and so our cameraman or a sound man, the talk man, the businessman,
And they're all
we're
they're all nodding their
in
heads.
absolute approval.
Yes,
Tasty, feisty, zesty, highly creative. Now, there's also the yampe, they call it breadfruit, and the which one is the dashin? So I'll most certainly try the dashin, and I can tell you the dashin came from bells. From Concord.
Concord. It's
Concord.
close. It's close.
Close.
Yes, yes.
Well, on the way there.
Yeah.
And it's well sacked. You know what sack, dry, well put together.
Mhm.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a quick break.
Mhm.
We're going to finish that.
Yes.
And then we're going to come right back. You're listening to Small Business Buzz right here on
Definitely.
Q95.
Yes.
That big station.
Mm-hmm.
Side woman a little brooks. Her man a little brooks. But she telling you she want a BBL. But most importantly, you cannot say bottom on the radio. So NDFD is giving best business loans up to $20,000, and here's how you can get yours. You working a 9 to 5? Yes, you can get up to $10,000. True, now boy. Your business must be registered. You have to be employed for 18 months. Salary deduction only. No guarantor required. You're getting a free add-on DNO for 1 month. 100 free business cards. No, but really and truly, what again you want? So what about the 20,000? It's the same thing, except you must provide business records. And that's for people who are self-employed. Call them or WhatsApp them 275-6859. Go and get your BBL. You deserve it. Your side woman a little brooks. Her man a little brooks. But she telling you she want a BBL. But most importantly, you cannot say bottom on the radio. So NDFD is
Just in case you're wondering, we didn't take long, but we have more to eat, and we want to encourage you to experience the same bursting flavor that we have in our mouths to make sure that you run on down when you get a chance sometime today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, next millennium, next triennium, what next 50 years, that you go to High Rise because it's the beach bar, and the beach is just the beginning. Going upstairs to the bar is not only the ending, it's the sumptuous, bellyful, tasty menu that you can enjoy and be totally satisfied. Then you go to the ruins and you bring your friends and your visitors and make sure that you get there. Tell them Q95, Franklyn, and Donald sent you. And when you get there, you will be satisfied also as you sit here and you enjoy. Oh, talking about your entertainment. I see you have country and western dude there too, yeah? Yeah. No, you mentioned Concord. I got a bird on the tree whispered something to me.
True?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a bird on my left. So tell me about your possibility of expansion and why.
Well, let me put it this way. I think I just getting started.
Okay.
Because,
Okay.
Yeah, Ruins was a signature.
Mhm.
High Rise after my heart. And now, as I keep improving and growing, then my father left 10 acres in Concord on the highway. And I decided that these 10 acres was going to be something to honor the creativity and genius of Dominica.
Nice.
So it was more like something that I was going to use in order to respect the spirit of our ancestors. Right? So then I first started dreaming about why not making a cafe since we have how I'd say it, we have so much culture that we could express and allow the tourists to at least bring these cultures into a more palpable way where they can taste, they can feel, they can touch, they can enjoy, they can
Experience.
swim in it, bathe in it. Let's just call it an experience, right? So I came up with the idea that let's just do a cafe, which I call the Cali Midway Cafe.
Cali?
Cali Midway
How you
Cafe.
spell that?
Cali.
CLI.
just like the god Kali.
So K.
Kali.
Oh, K Cali.
K-A-L-I.
You will tell me Cali, you know, but
Cali, the
Cali.
god.
Okay. Okay. Cali.
Okay, so Cali Midway Cafe.
Yes.
Midway,
Midway.
because it's between
Yes.
you know the airport, Westbury and Roseau, so it's Midway.
Midway. Yes.
So it's Concord. Cali Midway Cafe. So Cali Midway Cafe going to be number one to represent everything that our first ancestors brought,
Mhm.
which is the Kalinago people.
Yes.
So
Mm.
Cali didn't stand
So that's
for
why it's
weed.
Cali.
Cali
okay.
don't stand for weed. Cali stand for Kalinago.
Thank for the clarification. Okay, Cali, which is short for
All right.
Kalinago, and
It's short
Midway
for
is
Kalinago,
Midway,
right?
and the
Uh,
cafe.
Cafe.
We know, yeah.
All right. And then the 10 acres is utilized, in fact, to that's where we grow the dashing, we grow plantain and all
Oh,
of that,
wow.
sweet potatoes and so on and so on.
Self-contained.
So from
And then-
from the farm
From the
straight to the
straight.
to the kitchen.
That was
Nice.
for ruins and high rise. So they keep feeding ruins and high rise.
Mhm.
Now we have chickens, so we feed in eggs also to high rise and ruins.
Nice.
And then we'll be coming up with some ducks, but that's not for us, that's for the Chinese
Mhm.
at the airport.
You
Expansion
thinking
plans.
international.
Yeah, but we also have some shrimp
Mhm.
in prawns. That's the next project after that. And that'll be also for the Chinese and for the small restaurants around
Mhm.
around our area. So Calimido Cafe going to be officially open for Mother's Day next
Oh.
Sunday.
Wow.
When?
Mother's Day.
Coming?
Yeah.
Next week? then?
Next week.
Okay.
No, not-
all right.
Oh, this week.
This Sunday.
Hold on,
Sunday.
Oh, yeah,
But Mother's Day is
Sunday.
this Sunday, right? Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Cali
yes,
Midway
yes.
Cafe will be open. We want it also to be extremely friendly for
Mhm.
the children
Okay.
of this area. So there's going to be bouncing castles. There's going to be
When?
face painting.
What
That's
day?
Sunday 11.
Okay.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Sunday 11
Mhm.
at 1 o'clock. And then we'll go until 10:30. There'll be a band because we are trying our best to bring in people that did not have too much exposure yet.
Mhm.
So we have a band. Don't ask me the name.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's a DJ. Don't ask me his name. It's the first time.
Okay. No problem.
I
Well, there'll
see
be
it.
entertainment.
So I bring
So,
in people
Mr. Long,
to help them.
You're lucky
Yes.
because I have there your message. The band's name is Art Beat.
Art
Beat 1561.
1561.
And then the DJ is Crush. And you said that they all came from or straight out from Portsmouth,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is good,
Yeah,
because
yes,
we've when it comes to like entertainers, we normally hear artists coming from Roseau.
Roseau or the area.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So right now you technically giving opportunities.
Yes,
to-
opportunities. Not only them,
Mhm.
because ruins and high rise have a great demand. Even if we plant dashing and so on, we still buy from other people.
Mhm.
So we always open up, and we always work a lot with farmers. The agricultural sector. We work with them a lot because we manufacture also our own products, most of it.
Mhm.
So we do our own pepper sauce, we do our own rums. Well, for people that know me, they know we have about 77 different type of rums that we're making. We're doing our juice our own self, so which means that when the season is good for mangoes, for guava, and so on, we extract, we package, we manufacture. Until we come to the real level where we're going to manufacture on a very, very large
Franklyn,
For possible export.
Very
someone
large
is
scale.
asking if there will be an entrance fee on Sunday to
scale. No, there'll be no entrance fee for Sunday because
Mhm.
it's our turn. We give,
okay.
and all mothers are going to have also a nice little glass of champagne,
Wow.
right? And then what we're gonna do? The kids, we are going to leave it to a minimal because the Bongsen Castle, we are just gonna give it to a minimal,
Mhm.
and the other half of the money we will be the ones
Mhm.
Okay.
digging in our pockets and
So you said they can already start coming at 1 in
one.
in the
At
afternoon.
one,
Lunch.
yeah,
That's
at
lunchtime.
lunchtime. Yeah,
So okay. And then
we go all the way 10:30
okay.
dinner.
Okay.
Well, we say that, but
Mhm.
usually our the spirit of the Long Business Heritage Group, as long as people are there and they're hungry and they're thirsty, we will feed them.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
that's going to be in Concord, right?
Concord.
Comfort. Yeah.
So what about
That's on the highway.
sorry, yeah.
Good. No, go ahead.
Yeah.
No, so I'm just wondering what about high rise? Is there something
High rise
that's
is
going to
going to
happen on
have-
Sunday too?
Yeah.
For
And
mothers,
ruins?
for mothers.
For Mother's Day, but this is
I was about to tell you. I was about to tell you that she's them quiet. She's them very quiet.
Yeah.
So we need a
yes.
lady.
Thing. Yes, so high rise, yes, we will have Mother's Day. Well, I can say lunch as well, but dinner, where they will also have a free glass of champagne, the
Mhm.
mothers.
Wow.
We will have a band as well that will be coming in, just to give that little ambiance and,
Yeah.
for the customers. And yeah, we'll have like a two-course dinner.
Okay.
And with the glass of champagne and the music. So it will be just like
Music.
really-
You mean music? Music.
so when I
Live.
say- yeah, live.
Live
Okay,
Like
entertainment.
live,
music.
live
Okay, yes.
entertainment.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, that's
The
it.
name of the band, I'm as good as him. I can.
Don't you worry. They'll come. They'll come.
Yes,
We're
yes,
but
inviting
yes.
everybody.
they are known.
Mhm.
Okay.
But I really
We'll give you time to review your
Yes.
notes, I guess.
Do me a favor. Say the word ambiance again.
ambiance.
Yeah, is that a French word? It has to be. And it
yeah,
comes out.
yes.
And she said ambiance. I felt the word. I said, oh God.
It's the
I went
accent.
to
man.
hug her. They said ambiance.
The
Yeah.
accenting.
Yeah, I remember movie says you are ambiance.
Yes, yes.
Like ambiance. Okay, so now we just want to recap.
Mhm.
How do we? What media platforms are you on? Can they find you on Facebook? What are your telephone numbers? What are your
Mhm.
opening hours? What's your contact?
So we are
No.
on
When you say we, you
the
didn't.
company. So
What
Lum
name the
Business
company?
Heritage Group,
Lum Business Heritage Group.
Okay.
which is High Rise Beach Bar, Ruins Rock Cafe,
And soon,
Cali Midway Cafe.
yes.
So we are on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
We are on Facebook as well. So Instagram is very simple. High Rise dash Beach Bar,
Nice.
Ruins Rock Cafe.
Nice.
We didn't want it to be too.
No.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Cali Midway Cafe, not yet, because we are in the process of
Mm.
opening.
Mm-hmm.
But you can
Contact number.
Yes.
Where's
So
the
let
number?
me get
Yes,
those
please.
Yes, yes.
information for
Okay,
you.
But
I put on limo. Hey, I know that in French. I know this one in school. Limo. Un, cinquante, 80. No, that's too long. Yeah, you were about to say something, John.
No. I just remember. I think that was last year when I was at High Rise, and then I saw one of the performers for the World Creole Music Festival.
Mm.
And on High Rise, and and then another time I saw another like artist. So it seems like High Rise is like some kind of a favorite spot also for visiting artists, or
Yes.
performers.
Yeah, they do come because
Yeah.
we had so the Zouk singers
Mhm.
Yeah.
that came into High Rise. Well, they always come at High Rise.
Mhm.
We have lunch or dinner. We have sometimes we have their managers just
So
order the food for
did you
them.
invite them or they just come?
No,
just-
they come.
Okay.
They come.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why Kasab is on my mind.
Well, Kasab, I wasn't here when they were here,
Mhm.
so I'm not sure if they came.
Well,
but
Jocelyn came.
yeah,
Joyce, and I
Jocelyn
should
came.
have said Joyce in
Wow.
there. I should have said
Maybe.
that.
Maybe it's
That's
the
weird. Okay.
French connection.
Yeah. Yeah,
Can we
yeah.
can we ask just for just maybe for entertainment purposes? Can we just ask Mr. Lom to give us a few samples of the language that you speak?
Oh yeah.
So let's start with, of course, with French. Just say hi to people.
Bonjour à tous et
Okay.
bienvenue. Et puis à tous ceux qui écoutent la radio, je leur dis un bon après-midi.
Okay.
Okay,
And
that's
then
the first
what's
one.
what's the next
The
language?
next one is
Spanish.
okay, Spanish.
Okay.
Hola, ¿cómo estamos afuera? Esta noche, esta tarde,
Tarde.
gracias por todo y gracias
Mm.
por cada uno que escuche la radio
Bien.
Q95
Wow.
y pase un día como el Señor le bendiga. Gracias.
Yeah, Mandiga. I know
Ah.
that one. I know that one. So the Radio International.
The third language. What's the third
Italian.
language? Italian or what?
Grazie.
German?
A long time.
Grazie.
Mille grazie a tutti che ascoltano la radio Q95. Mille grazie.
Mm.
And I say grazie.
Yes. What about I know
What's the other one?
German? What about German?
Alman.
Aleman.
Grüß Gott, wie geht's allen? Also, wir haben wir freuen sich hier, ich freue mich, Serge, freue mich für die Zeit, dass wir spazieren zusammen. Ja, vielen Dank für alles und vielleicht nächstes Mal.
I agree. I totally agree with that.
Wow.
Okay, so we
That's
we have
amazing.
anyone we left out? Well, the Creole.
Well, Creole, of course.
Which
Oh,
one?
Haitian.
Oh,
Haitian
yeah,
Creole.
Haitian.
Okay,
Oui, oui,
Haitian
oui.
Creole.
Ma Bletani.
Mhm. That's nice.
Allô, papa, ici, comment on est là? Comment va y dehors là? Et puis, moi, je dis à bien belle.
Mhm.
Eh bien, m'a tout dit nous, merci parce que nous écoutons jeudi et puis nous passons un petit moment ensemble avec. Alors, à la prochaine. Et puis, quittez bon Dieu béni nous.
Wow. Sac passé. Okay,
Wow.
so we've covered most of the languages that
wow,
is able
wow,
to
wow.
communicate in business and in,
You see,
in general
it helps,
communication.
right?
It helps when you're able to
Yeah, when you have like
understand.
visitors coming from different places, so you can, wow.
Mm.
So for those people out there, yes, that's something that you can learn a skill.
Yeah.
Learn languages.
Yep.
Yes, Miss Long.
Yes, so just tell
Yep.
us
numbers.
the numbers. You were just about to tell us the telephone numbers in case somebody wants to make an order or prepared to secure seats and so on.
Yeah, so the number for high rise is 315.
Before that, I would advise put the 767 because set set.
All right, so high rise, so it is 767 315 7599. So that's high rise beach bar. And then so Cali Midway Cafe, which is Concord, it is 767 315 7155.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay.
And remember, they have something on Sunday, right?
Sunday.
Mother's Day.
So yeah.
Okay.
So we're just going to recap.
Mhm.
We have the founder and the general overseer and manager, medium and the things in terms of establishing the business with in hand with her dad, the founder of the Lum Business Heritage Group.
Yeah.
That's the LBHG.
Mhm.
They've got their signature, the three signature businesses. One is at Ruins Cafe, the Rock Cafe. When you pass on that would be King George V Street, that would be just get to the old market. You will see all the action happening there. So if it's opposite where the former Royal Banks, but once you get there, the main entrance is on the bus stop, and that
Yes.
bus stop is which bus stop is that again? Is it Paul Michel? Sophia bus stop.
Mhm.
You get in one of the doors, you'll see some huge gorillas, colorful ones out there. There are three of them. You go through that door
Mhm.
and you see the lovely ladies who are in the bar, and you get a punch. We're not talking about Mike Tyson. You get yourself a nice open eyes, and then you sit and you get the lovely ladies to assist you. There's entertainment there, and then you have the high rise. You take a few steps. It's right on the bayfront.
Mhm.
And there is activity going on in the bayfront, and that's a very popular place.
Mhm.
And then, of course, there's the Midway. There's the Cali Midway Cafe that's opening Sunday 11th at about 1 p.m. Until. And we're encouraging as many people. If you want to find a spot outside of town, you've experienced the experience at the Ruins Cafe and the High Rise. You need to have that tripartite experience down at Midway, and done.
Yes. No, speaking of experience, we again would like to remind everybody of the new menu of Katai Restaurant.
Mhm.
Remember, they mentioned that to us the last time. So
Oh,
they
yes.
have a new lunch and dinner menu.
Mhm.
So they should check it out. And so far, we still don't have a winner, right?
Well, we can name it because we have to give it. But
Yes,
in other words,
yes,
there's
So
something to get away.
what again they need to do?
You need to call Giant as much as possible to remember what was said and mentioned, interestingly, and then stayed in your memory regarding the Katai restaurant, whether it's the menu, whether something they said, and also the Ruby's gas station down in Canefield, and that is up close to adjacent to the Harris Space. Anything that they said regarding their workers, regarding how they started the collaboration, how they started the business, how
So
they run the
anything.
business,
Anything they said.
that they said. Okay.
Okay.
Do we have? I see we have. Do you have it right here?
No, we have Ruth
Can-
Prince saying "What's up, Serge?" So
Oh, that's from me, from Ruth.
Ruth Prince.
Oh,
Okay, and then we have John
But
Blanchard saying
You know,
hi.
John Blanchard is saying hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Hi,
So-
hi, John.
Mm.
Hi, Ruth.
But
And yeah,
Hi.
Franklin, just very quickly, what was the reason behind deciding to support the Green Innovations Summit this year of the NDFD, Mr. Lom and Miss Lom?
The Green Summit, I would say it came as a surprise to me because,
Mhm.
but at the same time, Lum Business Heritage Group is more about preserving our culture, preserving our heritage,
Mhm.
using or utilizing everything we have
Mhm.
on
Not
the
wasting
island,
anything, things
wasting
here.
nothing
That's
at all.
Mhm.
And that's why even when, for instance, we're doing coconut,
Mhm.
we are trying our best to use or utilize absolutely everything from that
Everything.
coconut.
Wow.
Okay, so for instance, coconut, what we do with it, we grate. You can
Yes.
put coconut oil,
Mhm.
right? And then with what we call the pash,
yeah,
the
Yes.
coconut, we use that to make vinegar,
Mhm.
right? But also that water that is stagnant under the oil, we also extract that, use that, make a syrup with that, and then you make rum punch with it.
Okay.
And your rum punch come out as clear and white as this.
So
And then for the shell and so on, we can use that for a lot of other things,
Mhm,
right?
mhm.
So we try our best.
so you see that
Mhm.
what you do is aligned with what the NDFD
Yeah, what the
is trying to
right.
achieve.
Okay,
All right.
so
Good.
The
Good.
other thing is, I would like them to push it a little further, though.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is that yes, it's true we are
Mhm.
eco oriented.
Mhm.
Yes. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
we are eco oriented, but the new trend in the tourism industry
Mhm.
is theme parks
Mm.
with ecotourism.
Oh.
So you could have the forest, you could have Central Forest Reserve,
Mhm.
1,055 acres, whatever. That's what we have in the Central Forest Reserve.
Mhm.
But if you're doing nothing out of it,
Mhm.
it doesn't serve any purpose.
Okay.
So what these other people are doing in Nicaragua, Costa Rica, right now in Belize and so on, they are making theme parks. So that's why the second half of the land in Concord is going to be a theme park for children, water park, but also a botanical garden and a mini zoo.
Mm.
Mm.
And that's how you
Interesting.
get to bring in the tourists, let them know that we know what we have, we know how to use it. If we have a ravine right there, we're not going to cut the trees too close to it
Mhm.
because the next generation are going to need that ravine. If we have a river, we do the same thing. We don't want to build in it. We want to build beside it, give it, leeway and so on. So all what we have, it's more about preservation. So that's why I find, okay, it's cool. I will go with them because they go in where I go in.
Mhm. Good.
And that
Okay.
was the idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
great way to bring the curtains down on our
Mhm.
program with this national futuristic look regarding the preservation of the environment and utilizing the advancements of entertainment around the natural setting of the country. We thank you so much, Mr. Lom and Miss Lom, the entrepreneurial ideas behind the Cali Midway Cafe opening this Sunday, the 11th, and of course the high rise and right round in Roseau in the heart of one is on the bayfront and the ruins. It's definitely places that you should visit. So we want to say thank you once again
Thank
to
you.
our guests.
Thank you.
Yes, and I say bonne nuit. Retournez Spanish. Retournez encore.
A bientôt.
A bien,
À
yeah.
bientôt.
A bientôt.
Okay. So thank you very much for joining us. Thank you. You
Yes,
made
thank you
great
for-
company
thank
today.
You, thank
Yes,
you,
yes.
Donald, and thank
Yeah.
you to all visitors.
Yeah.
All those that was listening.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
And I want to hear the lady's voice. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so
Okay, and say ambiance to me.
Thank you so much
And-
for having us.
and say ambiance.
And
Say it
giving
in French.
us a nice ambiance.
Oh no, yeah, and say it in French.
Say it in French.
Yes. Thanks.
Merci beaucoup de nous avoir accueillis.
Okay. I like that. And it was a nice ambiance this afternoon.
Ambiance.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much for listening. We'll join you again next Thursday. Well, Thursday coming for our next program of Nature and Small Business Plus on behalf of the NDFB. We're represented by Mr.
My mouth is full. So.
Okay, that's his new name. And Franklyn Moses on behalf of Q95. Thank and Sean Abraham on Master Control and Ozone Media representing us on our media platform. We want to thank you very much for listening. Our news coming up right after this. Thank
Big
you for
up
listening.
NDFD.
And yep.